My sister was here visiting me in Korea for 2 months. So over those 2 months, I ate a lot with her. We had all the snacks. We traveled and ate over there too. So obviously I gained a little weight, but I went on the journey to lose it back. So I thought I would share with you some diet tips and recipes. Hello friends and family, this is Megan Moon, aka Talent Migug Saram. Originally, I was just gonna silently diet, but since you guys actually asked me a lot of questions about like health and fitness, so I will share some of the recipes that I ate during this diet along with some tips scattered throughout. So firstly, I just want to say that I typically don't weigh myself, so I actually don't know how many pounds I've gained or lost. And I think in general, when you are dieting, it's better to not weigh yourself too much, especially if you're incorporating weight training in your diet routine, which is something that I think is very important because muscle is what keeps you healthy. It's much better to base everything off of your body composition. I'm throwing this in there because I know so many people who started working out and then they were like, the scale didn't budge. They're the same weight that they were. So then I'll ask them, well, how are your pants fitting? Oh, they fit better. And I'm like, that's a good sign. That means you've gained muscle. Because even going the opposite way, I've had friends who are the same weight that they were maybe 5-10 years ago, but they're like, when I wear my pants, like kind of flabby on the sides. Well, if you're the same weight, but your clothes are not fitting as good, probably means that you've lost some muscle and gained some fat. You need to get in there and regain that muscle that you lost. So you can also base your progress off of how your clothes fit. I also can tell just based on how many pull-ups I can do. If I start being able to do like only 1 to 3 pull-ups, then I know. And I typically know that I'm back to my normal self when I can do 6+ pull-ups.
So when I'm on a diet, I like to eat the same things over and over again. If it works, it works. So for this stage of the diet, what I've been eating lately is just anything in a tortilla with like some sort of ground meat. The first thing that I like to do is I like to do the smash burgers with a tortilla. These tortillas are high protein, high fiber, super delicious, and great when you're on a diet. So the magic ingredients for these tortillas is lupin flour. If you never heard of lupin flour, you might be like, what the hell is that? Well, lupin is like this little bean thing that they eat in like some countries. I don't know where the hell countries they eat. 1/4 cup has 100 calories, which is, I believe, 60 calories or so less than maybe wheat flour does. And it has 12 grams of protein in just 1/4 cup. And it has so many vitamins and minerals in it. It makes really good pancakes and waffles too. Just so you know, get you some lupin flour. And you wanna put 1/2 cup of almond flour in that bowl. 1/3 cup of lupin flour. You can add whatever seasonings you want to it, or you can just leave them plain. I don't know why you would do that. Ooh, I'm almost out. My garlic salt, I always have an extra on hand. You know what, let me just throw this away. Look at this. This thing has been used and abused, and now it's time for you to be gone. About 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of paprika, psyllium husk, and it's used sort of like a binder. For this, you're gonna need 2 tablespoons of psyllium husk. We're gonna add 6 tablespoons of water. Okay, so you just wanna make sure everything's mixed up. You wanna smash. It'd be much easier if I had an actual tortilla press. Push. I'm using some. Now that song is gonna be stuck in my head. Y'all know that French song? I don't know what he's saying.
It's actually about his love for marijuana.
Oh, maybe we shouldn't sing that in Korea. So I've started using non-stick skillets because I've learned of the dangers of Teflon. So you gotta put a lot of butter on here. Just gonna cook it for a few minutes on each side. Yeah, these become like purple flour tortillas. So now that we got our little tortillas done, let's get moving with our ground beef. I don't know if it's just a southern thing in America, but when we do burgers, we like to use Lipton's onion soup. So I actually just make my own Lipton soup mix from scratch. Add in enough of your Lipton soup mix. So simple. And you can add extra stuff. Sometimes I add a little bit of mustard powder, garlic powder, put it dead in the center, and smash it. Smash it in there real good. And you're gonna let that cook. Flip it. Yes. So now you can just prepare whatever things you want to put on your burger. Apparently the actual McDonald's burger sauce was leaked. We are making this together for the first time, and I will tell you if it's good or not. First thing you need is 1/2 cup of mayo. So we don't have any mayo, so we're going to use Greek yogurt, and I'm sure it'll taste different, but I'm sure it won't be that bad. So let's use it. 3 tablespoons of yellow mustard, 2 tablespoons of pickle relish, 1 teaspoon of paprika, 2 tablespoons each of garlic powder and onion powder. It says you need about 2 tablespoons of grated onion. I want a little more relish in mine. Whatever you want, your onion. But when I have burgers, I love a good sesame seed bun. So I'm gonna put some little sesame seeds across the top. You can smash it like a taco if you want, or just eat it flat. Oh. With that Lipton's. It's so good. I just love the fact that the tortilla is low calorie, high fiber, and high protein, and you're getting the essence of burger.
Do you like my dress? It's from Halada, who is the sponsor for today's video. I first discovered Halada years ago on social media because of their workout dresses, and you guys know I love me a good workout dress and a workout skirt. Halada is an innovative athleisure brand which really takes your everyday life into consideration. And they do a really good job of turning activewear into everyday apparel. They even have skirts. You guys know I love me a good skirt, and I love that this skirt was so funky. Shorts. And they always have a pocket here for you to put your phone. They also have a wide selection of tops. This is one of the tops that I got. I love when workout tops have this little thumb slot. The fabric is so soft. And look at the back. There's so many different styles, even styles that you could like wear to work. I love these wrap pants with like a nice blouse, like some little heels. So flowy and soft and comfy. But Halada has a great line of denim. They're so lightweight, breathable, super stretchy and elastic. They're so comfy. Look at these jeans. But look how stretchy they are. That's crazy. They also have the best leggings. These leggings are so soft. They're so comfortable to work out in. They don't thin out when you squat, and they don't give you a camel toe, which is very important for me. And they also have the butt scrunching leggings. Also, if you notice, I picked the leggings with the V's. I love when leggings have V's in the front. I think it slims the waist a lot more because it draws the eye sort of inward. And I also got this shirt and I love it. It has a built-in bra that offers a lot of good support. So Halada is actually having a massive sale from November 11th to November 29th. You're going to be able to get a huge discount on everything. Since this video comes out before November the 11th, once we get closer, I'll update you with detailed information in the description box and in the comments. But in the meantime, you can use my code MOON to get 20% off of any full priced item. Your protein needs will vary greatly based on your weight. There's so much conflicting information about it there. But one thing for me that I've noticed is about per every 1 pound of body weight, having 1 gram of protein typically works for me, and I feel the most satiated that way. So my usual weight is somewhere around like 140 something pounds. So I make sure that I'm getting around 140 grams of protein. Like, it's a lot. It's like hard to even for me to eat that much. So I center my meals around protein and lots of veggies. I know you're probably like so sick and tired of hearing about protein, but when you're on a diet and you're not eating enough protein and you're having more carbs, you are so hungry. It's very hard to diet when you're eating carbs and you're not getting enough protein, because that's sort of how your body bases its satiation.
Okay, so you see that like mountain area over there that nobody owns? So occasionally random things will grow there because this whole neighborhood is farmers. So I guess birds carry seeds and stuff. And some squash looking things started coming towards our fence. Literally just come and took over our yard from the mountain. So I started using it in place of potatoes. So this is a behemoth that we got. So what I'm gonna show you now is I usually do like a ground beef burger bowl. And I'll usually take potatoes. We thought it was like a zucchini, but see, it has the big pumpkin seed. So it's like a zucchini pumpkin. Cut it into pieces. Toss them in a bowl, add some avocado oil. What do you know? Garlic salt. And that's all you need because we're making this into a salad. Pop it into your air fryer on 180C for 15 minutes. So you're gonna cook your ground beef however you wanna cook it. I'm just gonna cook it and use the same Lipton's seasoning. So in Korea, whenever you get ground beef, it's typically pretty lean, so you don't get that like extra oil and stuff falling out. And that's why it's good to use. And I find that because it has a little more fat than like a chicken breast, when I do eat this way, like some sort of ground beef or like a red meat, then I am more satisfied at a caloric deficit than I would be if I was just having like chicken breast and like carbs and something. See, it's like starchy like a pumpkin, so it gets crispy. Okay, there you go. You could take your lettuce, a little bit of ground beef, onions, a little tomato. And when I'm having salads, I like it to have a little bit of bite. So I'm actually gonna throw some cilantro and avocado on here too. You know what? I'm gonna skip the avocado today. I'm not in an avocado mood. Our burger sauce. I'm gonna throw some cheese on it. I usually don't like corn on stuff, as you know. Corn is my mortal enemy, but I do like it in a salad. It's so much better now that we have that burger sauce.
So unless I'm doing a competition where you have to be very calculated with the calories, and just for like dieting in general, I don't really count calories. Protein, veggies, and then I make sure that I eat only until I'm about 80% full, and that typically does it for me to get back to my normal self. But what I also do when I am dieting is I make sure that there's more space between meals. Whereas normally I might eat a little bit more frequently, when I am dieting I just have 2 meals a day, and I have a protein shake in the morning, and then I have one about like 5-ish or 6-ish, and then I don't eat after 6.
So a couple days ago when I was at the gym, I was scrolling through the gram, and then somebody did something where they took some shredded chicken and then they put it in a waffle maker, and then they used that chicken waffle to make a sandwich. And I said, you know what, Mr. Rich is here, and I have some pulled pork that I made last week in the slow cooker, and I just had it in the freezer. Why don't we try and make a pork waffle sandwich? Chorizo, you know, it's like the Latin American sausage. If you don't have it at home, you can just put sea salt, smoked paprika, sweet paprika, fennel, black pepper, cayenne pepper, dried garlic, and that is chorizo seasoning. In the video, her pieces looks really, really small, so I think I'm gonna take the scissors and just... Okay, now we need an egg. Let's mix that in. Get some avocado oil. Let's see if this works. Looks weird. Yeah, it's very overfilled. You know what? It locked, okay? Ooh, moment of truth. We wound up doing 10 minutes. Da-da-da-da-da. Oh, what? That's crazy. That's pretty damn good. Pulled pork waffle sandwiches, yes. Goat cheese, yum. It's really good to sprinkle on your pizza because it adds like a nice sour bite to it. Who's it? My friend Mikey Bustos got me onto that. When we were in the Philippines with him, he had a pizza created at this pizza chain, and the pizza that he created at that pizza chain has goat cheese on it, and it's so good. So ever since then, I've been obsessed. Go over the last little pieces of onion we have. Don't judge me because we only have fake lime, but I'm gonna make a sauce really quickly with some fake lime and some Greek yogurt. I decided to add some little roasted salsa on it. Oh, why have I not been doing it? Oh man, that is good. Thank you, Instagram. Oh, I'm gonna make this salsa. My new diet food for next week.
So another thing that actually helps me with satiation is actually just eating more nutrient-dense foods. So for example, when I'm dieting, like if I need like an extra protein to add to a meal, I'll just take like a can of oysters or something like that. Oysters have so many vitamins and minerals, vitamin B12, omega-3s, zinc, and they have a lot of trace minerals and stuff like that too. And I'll start eating more organ meats. I know a lot of people don't really like organ meats, but I'm in Asia and they're everywhere and very cheap, actually cheaper than the other meats. And I find that eating those every once in a while, like a couple times a week, keeps my energy up. So in Korea, one that we've been obsessed with nowadays is called yeongtong, which is chicken hearts on a skewer. And the babies actually love it too.
She turned it up. One thing I really love is a good sandwich or a wrap. And on Instagram, I saw someone was using potatoes as a wrap with cheese. And that's what we're gonna do right now. So the first thing you want to do is get yourself some potatoes. My phone, I'm almost done though. We've got our thin slices, and you want to line them up, overlap them just a little bit, spray them with some oil, and you want to first bake them at 160 degrees Celsius for about 10 minutes, and then you're going to up the temperature to 180, and you're going to cook them until they are a little golden brown. Definitely forgot to put the cheese on, which we should have done. Make sure you sprinkle some cheese on top before you put it in, please. So here we are. It tastes really good with cream cheese, avocado, and a fried egg. Could do some light cream cheese. Yeah, I like to pop my yolk. I don't like a yolk bomb. The avocado needs some help. But you know what? That's okay, don't we all? So I'm gonna take a few slices. Then you wanna take a little lemon or lime juice, put it on the avocado, add a little salt, a little pepper, You can add whatever other things you want, chili oil, but I just prefer like sort of plain like this, which is a little sriracha. And here you have it. It's a great way to make like a nice wrap, but a little crunchy of the potato.
So I would say my biggest tip and something that helps me the most is just avoiding trigger foods. What I mean by that is we all have these foods that when we start eating them, we want to like eat other stuff along with it. Like if I'm on a diet, I have like a little scoop of peanut butter. Then that one scoop of peanut butter turns to 2 scoops of peanut butter. And then let me have some crackers along with it. Like it just wakes up my appetite for some reason. So for me, that's also any like refined carbs. I think refined carbs increase almost everyone's appetite. So when I'm on a diet, I try and stay away from refined carbs. But sometimes if I am gonna make some, I always make sure that I make them at home and I make sure that they're paired with some protein. Like for example, there are these bagels that I like to make at home, 2-ingredient dough bagels.
Let's make some delicious einkorn flour and Greek yogurt 2-ingredient dough bagels. It's pretty good, very easy to make. And if you use einkorn flour, then you'll have less gluten, easier to digest, and a little bit less blood sugar raising. You need 1 3/4 cup of flour. If you don't have self-rising flour, then to this you can add a 1/2 tablespoon of baking powder and just a pinch of salt. 1 cup of Greek yogurt, mix it up. And if you feel like it's too watery, just keep adding more flour. And you want to knead it several times. And you can use this to form 8 bagels. So there's several ways to make bagels. You can make a snake and then roll it together. I find it's easier to just make a circle and stick your finger in it. And here you go. I'm just gonna take my avocado oil and give it a spray. Put a few sesame seeds on it. Pop it in your air fryer at 180 for 10 minutes. And here are our bagels. Yummy, yummy, yummy. It needed to cool down a bit. We literally just took them out, but we needed to show. You can take some of your chickpea spread. It's full of protein, fiber, lots of vitamins, minerals. That's really good. It's made with roasted chickpeas and it sort of tastes like Nutella. First, you're gonna get yourself a can of chickpeas, drain them, sort of pat them dry, and you wanna pop them in your air fryer at 200 for about 25 to 30 minutes. So our roasted chickpeas, very nutty. Put it in a food processor. 6 dates. Take out the pits. You can add more depending on how sweet you want it at the end. The good thing about dates is they actually do not spike your blood sugar. Did you know that? I had no idea until recently. 1/2 cup of cacao, 1 cup of hot water. And if you want it to taste more like Nutella, I like to add a little bit more sweetness to it. So I have this allulose syrup that's hazelnut flavored, just in the mix. And to kick it up a notch, a pinch of salt. I'm one of those people that thinks anything sweet should also be have a little salt in it. You've got a yummy chocolate yet very healthy spread. So one thing that I miss when I'm on my diet is like cookie butter. So I found this recipe a while ago and I make it sometimes and it's actually very good for sort of a healthy nut butter based cookie butter. 1/2 cup almond butter and 1/4 cup cashew butter. So I'm just gonna do 1 tablespoon of this vanilla allulose syrup. Maple syrup also works really well. Add your cinnamon, your ginger, your nutmeg, and mix it up. Smells like Christmas. If you're like me and your almond butter or cashew butter is unsalted, you will need to add a little salt. So I'm gonna put just a pinch of salt, and there you have a wonderful spread you can put on your bagels, on your oatmeal. Just spread it on. But try not to do too much. It's so good.
When you're on a diet, sleep is so important. There's so many people who are trying to get healthy and stuff like that and into fitness, but then like they don't sleep enough at night, so they find that it's hard to stick with the diet and have enough energy in the day. One thing that was interesting that I found out was that whenever you don't get a good night's sleep, even just 1 night's sleep, the next day your blood sugar spikes and crashes are stronger. So you actually have more cravings and you're actually more hungry the next day if you didn't get a good night's sleep the night before. So if you're somebody who never gets a good night's sleep, but you're trying to stick to a diet, it could be really difficult. So you really got to get that sleep in check.
So in order to make sure I get a good night's rest, there are some supplements that I take. Just in general, I take a multivitamin. And make sure your multivitamin is methylated. Other forms of vitamins your body can't really absorb. And I like the multivitamins where 1 full daily dose is split up into 2 or 3. So that way with each meal you take 1. as opposed to having one that has 100% of everything that you eat all day, every day. Just on a side note, another thing I always take is I take iodine. Iodine is so important. Most people don't get enough iodine in their diets, and I hear that the soil has a lot less iodine. When you're in a diet, your thyroid hormones sort of downregulate, but by supplementing and making sure you're getting enough iodine, you can sort of counteract that when you are in a caloric deficit. Also, I got it because I give it to the babies like in their yogurt in the morning. For sleep, the best supplements you could take for sleep. First one, L-theanine. L-theanine helps to promote relaxation in your body, and it helps to increase the amount of GABA and things like serotonin and dopamine to help calm the brain at night and help with sleep onset, so you fall asleep much faster when you take it. Magtine, it's magnesium threonate. Magnesium threonate is one form of magnesium that directly penetrates the blood-brain barrier, and it goes in and really helps to calm the brain down at night. Especially if you're someone who gets anxious and starts thinking a lot at night, it's really helpful to take a sort of high dose of that at night to help just relax you into sleep. Glycine is good because it helps you to reach slow wave sleep faster. You go into deep sleep much faster. So even if you have a shorter sleep session for the night, you would have gotten more deep, restful sleep. That's where your body really like repairs itself. And especially when I'm taking a diet, I make sure I start taking them every single day.
So all in all, it took me about 2.5 months to get back to looking like this. Not too bad. This time in between, I had a lot of shoots, like with Mr. Moon and the kids. We would go out and then like eat lots of other stuff. So I mean, it's not like I'm in a rush. But if you have any questions about other things, then just ask me down below. Let me know if you want me to do more like health recipes, like how to get protein. Somebody asked me recently to do a video about like gut health and how I do to take care of my gut health. So if you guys want to know about that, then maybe I could do that too. But thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video and you'd like to see more videos, please subscribe to my YouTube page, which is down below. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, like me on Facebook, and I will see ya.